In this quick video, we're going to go over the disassembly of the Mark 2.1 pen. This is mainly a video for people who have purchased this pen and want to see how you disassemble it and change the ink and whatnot. I decided to make the video public because some people out there maybe like to watch me take stuff apart. So if you do, then stay tuned, and if not, I'll see you in the next video. So we're going to take apart my pen. This is mine that I've been carrying for now, I don't know, 3-4 months. It came with me to Maker Faire. A million people cycled it there. I've cycled it a million times, so it's pretty well worn, but functions just like the day I built it. This is exact same as the MK2.1s that are shipping, with the exception of the bolt location here is slightly different because it has a Pilot G2 refill instead of a space pen, and I just don't have a space pen floating around right now, so we'll use this one. First thing to do to access the ink refill is to take the end cap off. Normally when I snug these on, I kind of put my thumb on the pocket clip, grab the end, and then use the pocket clip kind of as a lever to really torque it up. So to loosen it, I do the other way. Cap comes off, pocket clip comes off, and to get the bolt action apart, there is a little set screw in the bottom there. A little stainless steel set screw. You can take the included Allen key. This is a 1.5 millimeter. If you ever lose it, that's the size you need. Put it in there, crack it loose, and that pin should come right out. You can see this one is pretty well worn. And I will put a video up later about how to re-blacken all the black parts, but we won't do it in this video. Make this one short and simple. So with that loose, the bolt comes out, and then the refill comes out with a spring. Like I said, this is the G2. You'll have a space pen in there. I don't have a space pen sitting around here, so. And then a spring, stainless steel spring. That should be all the parts of the pen as you see it. Let's change the camera angle a bit. Let me see. If you have the insides that look something like this, so this is a rusty spring and this is a slightly rusted set screw, let me know. I know pretty much everybody, not pretty much, I know everybody that I've sent a Mark 2.1 to that had a carbon steel spring and a black oxide coated set screw. You got spring upgrade kits, stainless steel, everything. But if for some reason, somehow I missed somebody in the future and you're watching this video, hit me up. I'll get you the new kit sent your way. So with everything taken apart, there's really no cleaning that needs to be done. Brass is self-lubricating, so you don't have to oil anything. Unless you got a bunch of pocket lint in your pen. That's the only real reason you need to clean it all out. If you want to bring back the shine to it, I don't. I really like the look of this, how it kind of ages and weathers and oxidizes. Especially the more you use it. If you keep using these pens, they stay super, super shiny because you're always putting them in your pocket and handling them. But if you let it sit for a while, it might develop an oxide coating that you don't like. To get it back to square one, you can use these little Scotch-Brite pads. I think this is like 220 grit, or make that 500 grit. 220 is a little aggressive, so 500 or higher. That's a better grit to stay with. You can throw it in a drill if you have a drill chuck and spin it, and then just lightly buff the whole pen. Just mind the corners because you'll start rounding them over pretty quick, and especially the tip and the pin slot here, you'll start rounding those corners off. So go lightly, but that'll bring it back to its factory luster. That's how I finish them when they leave here. And I use the reason I don't polish them up super fine is because they're going to be going in your pocket and they're going to be getting scratched up by keys. And like I said, I mean for these to be used. So with a just super kind of utilitarian finish on it, makes it easy to bring it back up to square if that's what you choose to do. So let's put this back together. First thing to do is take your space pen, pretend this is a space pen, put the spring on it, put it in the pen, take your bolt. What I do is actually I get that Allen key in there and then put it all in, and then you can use the Allen key to kind of adjust it so that you get that hole and slot lined up properly. Take your pin, put it back in. This is hard to do through a camera lens, and if it's backed out far enough, which this one is not yet, let's just fight with it a bit. I could use video editing to make this process look easier, but I won't. Okay. So once it's lined up, basically press it in all the way. It is machined so that it should bottom out before it hits the pen body. And that sets the gap so everything functions well, and then just snug up the Allen key. You don't have to go Gorilla tight. A lot of these, I'll show you actually. A lot of the little set screws I use, they have a nylon patch on them, which is kind of like a thread locker, so that once you snug it up, it shouldn't vibrate loose. And you're good to go. Check the operation. If everything is done right and you have no rocks inside of it, it'll function just like it's supposed to. And then lastly, put the top cap on. If you have a problem with this loosening, especially like if you keep it in your pocket and you don't take your pen apart every day like a maniac, what you can do is put a very, very, very tiny drop of Loctite or cyanoacrylate on the threads, very tiny, and then you can screw it together. Blue Loctite if you're going that route. Stay away from the red stuff. It's a little too aggressive for this. I don't use it, but like I said, I'm a maniac and take this thing apart like every other day. And then once I get that, I just torque it back nice and tight, and you're good to go. Good to go. That should be everything. And I don't think there's any more I can add to that, so we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around this far, awesome. And thanks for buying my pen. Take care, guys.